We're going to use this page to do a little bit of review, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to use that to go through page 15 today. So I'm not going to do all of page 13 because I want you to do some of it to practice. But when it asks for the equation in slope-intercept form, what's our slope-intercept form? Remember that? We can look back. And we have it right here, y equals mx plus b. So we're going to write y equals mx plus b. What do the m and b represent? What is the m? Our m is what? The slope. And our b is the y-intercept. So it's important to know that this is the y value when x equals what? 0. So that's important because when we're using a table, we're going to take that y value for our y-intercept. The slope formula, remember, it is our change in y divided by our change in x. So you can find it your slope by taking the second y value, or y2 minus y1. So that's like taking 7 minus 3 divided by x2 minus x1. That's like taking 1 minus 0. So you can find your change in y divided by your change in x, but sometimes you're just going to have points. So if you want to practice your slope formula, to find this slope here, you can take y2 minus y1, or 7 minus 3, right? That tells us it's going up by 4. And then x2, which is 1, minus 0, minus x1. So you're still finding your change in y divided by your change in x. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. Then our y-intercept, we always look at where x is equal to 0. So b is equal to, the y value here is 3. And then using our slope-intercept form, we're just putting in y equals our slope for x plus b, so plus 3. Okay, so this is just going to help you use the slope formula a bit. So if you're not sure where to start, pick the second y value. So 28 minus 30. It's going down 2, right? So wouldn't you expect that to be negative 2? Divided by 1 minus 0. So here it's 1. So some of these you might not, but it's good to practice our slope formula when we can figure out our slope more easily, so we know if we're doing it right. So there's our m. And again, our y-intercept is our y value when x is equal to 0. So b is equal to 30. And then we're just putting that into our equation. So y equals negative 2x plus 30. Remember, when our y-intercept is negative, like it will be here for number 5, Then you're gonna say -4 instead of +4, right? You're adding a -4. Does that make sense? So I'm going to have you finish 4 and 5 in just a minute. I want to review a little bit here. So these aren't so bad. They're giving us M and B. So Y equals, this is page 14, -12x plus 5, right? And y equals 12x minus 5. You see what we would do there? So you can do the rest of 6. Now, 7 and 8, we're kind of putting all of this together, right? We have to build a table. Remember, when we were building the table, we were putting the x value in for x and out was coming y. So here you could say 6 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 is -2, right? 6 times the x value of 1 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. That's what's coming out of here. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 2 is 10. And then 6 times 3 is 18. 18 minus 2 is 16. So now we're using these equations to fill out the table. We're going to use this table for the points. This is the point 0, -2. So at where x equals 0 and y equals -2, it's not even on here. What the heck? So that would be down here. I'm not really sure why they didn't give you a decent table to draw your graph. Now at the point 1, 4, we're at 1 and up 4. At the point 2, 10, we're at 2 and up to 10. And then at the point 3, 16, we're at 3 and up to 16, which they didn't give us either. What the heck? So do you see how these points make a line? If I had a ruler, I would draw that line. Using this table, we see that our slope is 6, right? Our M, here's M. And our B is -2. We can also use the table to figure that out, right? It's going up 6 over 1. We have to think about our slope as a fraction when we're drawing it out. It's going up 6 over 1, up 6 over 1, and it's starting at the point 0, -2 down here. So again, you're going to put these values in to fill in the table. From this equation, you can figure out M and B, and then you're going to plot those points. Finally, for each of these, you're going to write the equation, and then the table you can fill in by putting in the x value. So you've already done this. You're doing this again as practice. This, remember, you need to figure out your slope and then your y-intercept. Here's your y-intercept here, right? Where x equals 0, the y value. Your slope is going up 2. Looks like it's going up 1, so 2 over 1 is 2. And here is your b. Remember, your form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so probably this last section on page 15 is going to be one of your hardest. Y equals 2x plus 10. You just need to figure out your slope. Remember, if your y value is it's going up 3, your x value is going up 1, so the slope is just 3. And here is your y-intercept. Here is b. B is 9, so you would write y equals 3x plus 9. So you're finding all that information from the table. We've practiced that. So it's just not making you tell you what the slope and the y-intercept is before you write the equation. You're jumping right to the equation. So you're going to finish page 13. This is just like page 15, but it's broken down for you. Then you're going to finish number 6 and number 8 on page 14 to practice making sure you know how to do that. Remember, you're going to plug these points in to finish the table. Plot those points. And then you have page 15 to do. All right, you got about 20 minutes-ish. Bless you.